What rule did you bend growing up? Imagine being 13 years old and forced to wear a bright yellow button that screams, "I am not allowed to talk to strangers." Yeah, that was my life. My mom, Linda, was obsessed. Because I got lost in a mall for 5 minutes when I was 6, she turned our lives into a prison. She had a list of exactly 12 people I was allowed to speak to, and half of them were my cousins. I had no friends, I was the school freak. Even at the school dance, she made me wear a dress with stranger danger stitched onto the sleeves. It was humiliating. One day, walking home, I snapped. I saw an old man struggling with a heavy bag of birdseed on a park bench. I looked around, terrified my mom was watching, and then I broke the #1 rule. I helped him. His name was Arthur. He wasn't a predator, he was a lonely retired paramedic whose wife had just passed away. We started meeting on that bench every week. He told me jokes, I listened. For the first time in my life, I didn't feel like a prisoner. I felt like a human being. But I knew if my mom found out, she'd lock me away forever. Then came the day that changed everything. Mom picked me up early for mandatory bonding time. We went to that exact same park. She bought a massive hot dog from a food truck, lecturing me the entire time. "See, Sarah, you stay where I can see you. That's how you stay alive." She took a huge bite, and then she stopped. Her eyes went wide, her hands flew to her throat. She wasn't breathing. "Mom!" I screamed. I shook her, but she was turning blue. A crowd gathered, but everyone just froze. They were filming or shouting to call 911, but nobody was moving. I watched the life draining out of her eyes. I was watching my mother die. Then I saw him, Arthur. He saw the panic. He saw me. Despite his bad back and arthritis, he pushed through the crowd. "Stand back," he roared. He grabbed my mother from behind. He was shaking from the effort. 1 thrust, nothing. 2 thrusts, Mom's knees buckled. 3 thrusts, pop. The food flew out. Mom collapsed into her arms, gasping for air, tears streaming down her face. She looked up at the man holding her, the monster she had spent years teaching me to fear. "Who are you?" she wheezed. I dropped to my knees, crying, "Mom, this is Arthur. He's my friend." Mom looked at Arthur, then at the stupid yellow button on my chest. Arthur just smiled, rubbing his sore wrist. He said softly, "Your girl has been keeping a lonely old man company. She's a good kid." That walk home was the longest of my life. Mom was silent. Finally, she stopped. She looked at me, really looked at me, and reached for the yellow button. She ripped it off my shirt and tossed it into the trash. "I forgot," she whispered, grabbing my hand, "that strangers are just friends we haven't met yet."